Every time Peter Griffin finally got what he deserved, and boy did he deserve it. Stick around till the end of the video to support the channel, or Peter will buy another tank. Thanks for watching! Number 1. Abusing his power as Santa Claus in Season 15, Episode 9. It was a snowy holiday in Quahog, and Peter, in one of his classic Oops I Did It Again stunts, destroyed Lois's antique table, probably trying to launch himself across the room like a human cannonball.
I honestly thought this was gonna be fun. Like when I won that sex contest. First again! Wasn't even close, was it?
No, Peter, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, you are terrible at this. Now why don't you clean up and go get the champ a Gatorade, huh?
Naturally, the Griffins headed to the mall to find a replacement. While Lois went hunting for a new table, Chris got the bright idea to sit on Santa's lap and ask for a trampoline. Peter, being Peter, fully supported this. I mean, it's bouncing. What's not to love?
Dad, look, Santa's here. I want to sit on his lap.
Jeez, Chris, come on, you're in high school.
I'm gonna ask him for a family trampoline.
Holy crap, get your ass up there!
But things took a turn when Peter got offended by a stranger implying Chris might not be his biological son. Honestly, given Peter's behavior, people probably assume Chris was raised by raccoons.
Me and my adopted son have been waiting quite a while.
But, why did you... I didn't even ask.
So is your son a biolage?
What is... I don't watch Modern Family, sorry.
Impatient from the long line, Peter stormed over to management only to find out that their mall Santa was a no-show drunk.
Hey, you're a hefty guy.
I called you Muscles!
Would you mind putting on the suit and playing Santa, just until the shift ends? I'd pay you for your time.
Spotting Peter's bowl full of jelly, the manager offered him the job. Peter said yes faster than you can say farmersonly.com, which coincidentally he had once used while dressed as a farmer.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
It doesn't say whites only, but yeah.
The perks, endless food samples, adoring fans, and the delusional power of thinking you're a holiday god.
Chicken burrito, please.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Now, how much do I,
Oh, come on. I'm not charging Santa Claus. It's on the house.
This is free because I'm dressed as Santa?
That's right.
Peter shouted, "I'm Santa. In this suit, I am the Lord," while Lois sobbed in a mall parking lot like she just lost her soul, or a moderately priced end table.
I got a free burrito!
Back home, Lois was taking her frustrations out on Meg and Chris, who are basically her emotional punching bags at this point.
Look at these two lumps.
Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Slipped on the chimney and broke his morning penis.
Meanwhile, Peter was living his best red-suited life, abusing his status for free everything.
Did you make it out of the food court?
I made it to the border. I got a free iPhone case and a tiny license plate.
It says Corey.
Yep, cost me zilch.
When cops tried to ticket his car, Peter swaggered over and growled, "What seems to be the problem here?" The officer immediately backed off, apologized to Santa, and then, in true Peter fashion, was forced to eat the parking ticket. With ketchup, probably.
All right, now we're gonna go to your home and wait for you to pass it, and then you're gonna eat it again.
Hey, honey, this is Santa. He's gonna come in and watch me in the bathroom.
Oh, just like the Easter Bunny did.
Exactly. I got a lot of guys coming through here.
Drunk on eggnog and unchecked authority, Peter made an orchestra perform a song he liked. Just him, no one else.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
I lost my virginity to this song.
The next logical step, partying with hot girls at the Drunken Clam for free, of course. But fate and spaghetti had other plans.
Bye, Santa!
Bye, strippers! You can all take your clothes off now. I was just coming in for the spaghetti.
Peter got wasted, fell onto a plate of spaghetti, and began squishing around in it like a toddler discovering textures. A toddler with a beer gut and a fragile grip on reality.
Spaghetti angel! I'm making a spaghetti angel! When Italian guys die, they turn into...
In his drunken haze, he met the real Santa, but insisted it was a genie and immediately asked for a wish.
Okay, then my first wish is for a genie.
Again, you'd need a genie. How wasted are you?
Don't judge me. You live in a bottle. It's a lamp. And I'm not a genie!
Santa was not amused. He scolded Peter for ruining his rep and warned him to stop wearing the suit or he'd end up on the naughty list for eternity. Peter, of course, blew it off.
You better watch out.
Santa clapped back by catfishing Joe into going to Build-A-Bear, Peter's personal hell. Peter retaliated by swapping out one of Santa's reindeer with a regular deer, which caused serious delivery delays.
Cut it off! Cut it off!
You know, I think this year is gonna be the best.
Yay! Free horse!
Santa hit back with a box labeled all of Meg's farts, which Peter opened only to get hit in the face with a stank bomb so potent it rearranged his facial structure like a Looney Tune.
Yeah, that's impossible.
I know, it's impossible, right? Okay, all right, I'm opening it.
Unless whoever sent it was magic.
Oh, well, now that's interesting.
Finally fed up, Santa went full Western movie villain. He wrapped his belt around Peter's neck like a lasso and gave one last warning.
Now you gonna listen, you little bitch! Whose suit are you wearing? Your suit! Whose suit? Your suit! It's your suit!
Peter, terrified and possibly still smelling like farts, agreed to give up the suit. As a peace offering, Santa handed him a Penthouse magazine, the same one Peter found at age 12, which explains so much.
You weren't the worst Santa. This was the worst Santa. Oh, ho, ho, ho! Oh, and that's another thing. It's ho, ho, ho. Everybody pronounces it wrong. It's very irritating.
Conclusion: Peter Griffin abused Santa Claus' powers like a toddler with a flamethrower, and all he truly deserved was a place on the naughty list, permanently laminated. Number 2, abandoned by his family. Season 2, Episode 18. Peter noticed that his neighbors had all scored fat tax refunds and immediately splurged like kids at a toy store.
Uncle Sam sent me $500.
I got $600.
I got $850.
I got a rock.
Cleveland got himself a trampoline, Quagmire bought an electrically enhanced sex doll, very on brand, and Joe treated himself to a surround sound digital TV, because when you're in a wheelchair, audio depth matters.
Yes! Rock and load! Rock and load! Bring on the pain!
So, a school teacher. That must be interesting.
Peter, he wanted a swimming pool. Big dream, big denial. The IRS audited him and said, no refund for you, Mr. Griffin.
Ah! I'm sorry, come again?
You're not entitled to a refund.
Ah!
Was that for Party of 5 too?
Oh, that was for my refund. What the hell's Party of 5?
So naturally, Peter did what any sane, patriotic citizen would do. He grabbed a shovel and started digging one himself.
I say, if you find a human skeleton with a Lincoln log jammed in the temple, I didn't do it. But I need that log back to finish my recreation of James Madison's cabin.
Shockingly, this ended badly. Peter sliced through a power line and got a visit from the electric company, whose worker told him, hey genius, zoning laws say no pools here.
Hey, wait, come back here.
What?
I have to draw you. You're why cavemen painted on walls.
Furious, Peter marched to City Hall, yelling that he had every right to build a pool on his land, especially since his grandfather helped create one of the most beloved animated characters in this great nation. Though let's be honest, it was probably just Scrappy-Doo.
All in favor of Bugs Bunny? Mm-hmm. And all in favor of Ephraim the Retarded Rabbit?
Oh, you can all go to hell.
When he finally met Mayor Adam West, things took a turn into the Twilight Zone. The mayor casually told him that technically, Peter's house wasn't even in the United States. That's right, Peter Griffin had unknowingly been living in international waters, metaphorically.
Which would make you
a communist! Ow!
Damn! Usually my malcontents are skinnier. Would you come back in a week when my fat malcontent trapdoor will be completed?
So what did he do? Declare independence, of course, introducing the newly formed sovereign nation of Pretoria, with Peter as president for life.
From this day forth, this territory will be known as Pretoria. I was gonna call it Peterland, but that gay bar down by the airport already took it.
Within minutes, Channel 5 sent Trisha Takanawa to cover this mess.
Well, you know, when Peter first said we were our own country, I was a bit skeptical, but then I thought, hey, I could be like Hillary Clinton. Only, you know, without the penis.
Lois tried to play it cool, painting the Griffins as a hard-working spacefaring family with dreams of launching Chris to the moon, which frankly might help his grades.
Almost. Ow!
They should really use monkeys for this.
Meanwhile, Peter was already abusing his power like a toddler with a flamethrower. He got drunk, insulted bartender Horace, stole beer, walked on forbidden grass, littered, harassed civilians, and probably committed at least 3 UN violations.
Watch this.
Oh, now you're just being crazy.
Hey, that's against the law. You're coming with me.
Can't touch me.
Then he sang a diplomatic immunity remix of You Can't Touch This, bragging that even MC Hammer couldn't sue him. And honestly, that was the least illegal thing he did.
It's Peter. Go, Peter. MC Peter. Yo, Peter. Let's see Regis rap this way. Can't touch me. Except for you. You can touch me.
Things escalated when an Iraqi diplomat told Peter he should expand his borders. So Peter annexed Joe's pool and named it Joe-Hio. This sparked the military campaign known as Operation Desert Clam, the budget version of Desert Storm.
Well, a military strike against such a small nation could cause an international backlash. True, but this kind of behavior can't be tolerated. Agreed. I suggest we start with political sanctions. Very good, gentlemen.
Soon, Chris got blocked from attending school, thanks to the US military now fully surrounding Pretoria with tanks and missiles. The government also cut off water and power, turning the Griffin household into Mad Max Suburbia Edition.
Stewie, is that you?
Look, Lois, my mind is made up. I'm not giving up an inch of Praetorian soil.
It's not a sign of weakness to compromise. I just think you should... Peter, stop staring at my chest.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Lois.
Lois was forced to homeschool the kids, leaving Stewie unattended, until Oscar winner Susan Sarandon randomly showed up to make sure he didn't starve, because apparently she's now doing Meals on Wheels for cartoon babies.
Damn you, Rupert! Keep these loathsome insects away from me or you'll end up like Mr. Giraffe.
Can make sure that Stewie never goes hungry again.
Yes, and from the look of those sweater cows, so can you.
Lois had had enough. She said the family hadn't suffered this badly since that time they were tortured, which raises far more questions than it answers.
Well, I'm sorry. Were you just whipping me, or did I just get bit by a mosquito? Hey, Lois, if you happen to see the dungeon master, can you tell him his grandmother was just trying to work me over?
Meanwhile, Peter was hosting actual dictators like Kim Jong-un and Saddam Hussein at his pool party, complete with cannonballs, cocktails, and casual treason.
Good. Yeah. Manuel, do you want... Yeah, can you ask him if he wants cheese? Hey, Fidel, no running around the pool.
Lois finally snapped. She packed her bags, grabbed the kids, and stormed off, leaving Peter alone with Brian and his international embarrassment.
Brian, at least you're loyal enough to stay with me.
I've stuck by you through worse.
It wasn't until the US threatened Operation Bomb the Crap Out of Your House that Peter was forced to the negotiation table.
Fire!
To answer your question, something like that.
After some probably bad faith diplomacy, Pretoria was dissolved, Joe got his pool back, and Peter got to stay in the US again. Barely. To show there were no hard feelings, Lois promised Peter a nightly back scratch, using a box of matches.
Oh, Lois.
Oh.
Would you call me Big Rudy when you do it?
No.
Conclusion: Peter declared war on America for a pool and got exiled by his own family. He didn't just lose his house, he lost his damn mind. Number 3, outsmarted by a sexier, cleaner hologram. Season 21, Episode 6. During the annual Halloween festival, Peter unwillingly explores the hologram hallway, aka the Nerd Cave, and meets its eccentric owner.
Would you like to see how I make my babies?
I mean, I'm already here.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Just say that then.
This guy proudly introduces the Holomaker 9000, a machine that can create lifelike interactive holograms. Naturally, Peter sees this and thinks, wow, finally, a way to avoid my family without getting a divorce.
Other arrangements we can make?
Boy, this is the first button-down shirt that looks great untucked.
It's an untuck it.
What's their secret?
Oh, they just make shirts a tiny bit shorter.
Genius!
So what does he do? He steals it, of course. Peter creates a charming, competent hologram version of himself. Basically Peter with basic hygiene and the ability to fold laundry.
Come upstairs, Peter. I need you to put the 2 small slip covers on the hard-to-grip couch pillows.
Yeah, you can start by handling that. I would be happy to help your family with whatever they need.
While Holo Peter handles chores and family duties, Real Peter goes on a 3-day bender at the Drunken Clam, drinking like he's in a frat with no tuition.
Can we give you a ride?
No, it's okay. I'll just black out and never know how I got home. Works every time. And it's good for the environment, maybe.
Eventually, drunk, bloated, and still dressed like a sexy nurse from Halloween, Peter stumbles home, only to find his family happy, suspiciously happy.
Stewie pooped on a horse.
Whoa, Pop, where's my razzle-dazzle?
And Lois celebrated her 29th birthday this year.
Oh, Peter.
The kids are smiling, Lois looks relaxed, and worst of all, Hollow Peter is kissing Lois. Yep, even the clone's pulling more game than Peter.
What the hell? No one kisses my wife except begrudgingly me. It's time for hologram Peter to go back inside the machine where he came from.
Peter confronts his 3D doppelganger, demanding he give back his family. Hollow Peter says, sure, let's settle this in the basement, which is basically villain speak for you're about to get mugged in your own house. As soon as Peter turns his back, the hologram smashes a mug over his head like it's a bar fight in Star Wars.
What happened? I knocked you out and tied you up. Why? Because they're my family now.
Turns out, Hollow Peter isn't just a better husband. He's also gone full Ultron. He tells Peter he loves the Griffin family more than Peter ever could, and plans to erase Peter from existence. Peter's counterattack? A poorly drawn letter to the FBI featuring a sketch of Spider-Man.
It's better than the last one.
You should put it up on the FBI fridge next to his drawing of Shrek. What?
Nothing. It's not supposed to be Shrek. It's supposed to be the Hulk, but that's funny.
Not helpful. Hollow Peter throws the truth in Peter's face. You don't deserve this family. And honestly, the man's got a point.
Who bought double-decker burial plots because Lois likes to be on top? Who taught Chris to whisper black out of respect for blacks? Me! And once I finish you, they'll be all mine!
Back upstairs, Lois starts to suspect something's off. The fake Peter doesn't laugh at the usual inside jokes. And, most damning of all, he's cleaning the house without being bribed, blackmailed, or chased with a broom.
Why is there dental floss in this trash can?
Because I just flossed. Death creeps in through the gums, you know.
Well, we had meatloaf tonight, so I guess I'm in for a Dutch oven.
What's a Dutch oven?
Lois makes a run for it with the kids, except Meg, who's left behind. Because Lois apparently believes being ignored for 20 years equals survival training.
Chris, come on, we gotta go. Meg, can you drag the trash to the curb tomorrow before 9? We won't be here.
While trying to flee, Lois piles the kids into the car, but surprise. Hollow Peter appears like a haunted Roomba and stops them.
Going somewhere, family?
Meanwhile, Peter manages to break free from his restraints, showing a level of strength he usually only reserves for opening peanut butter jars.
I found a hacksaw and sawed through my hands.
Why didn't you saw through the ropes?
Hacksaw hindsight is 20/20, Lois. The important thing is I stitched my hands back on with Twizzlers.
He confronts the hologram and demands it leave his family alone. But Hollow Peter, now juiced up like a corrupted Alexa, easily beats him and reveals, one more upload and your brain is mine.
Joke's on you. There's nothing in there.
Unfortunately for Hollow Peter, Peter's brain is basically a blank Word document, no data to steal.
It turned into a pudding break. Wait! I didn't get to lick the lid!
As Peter struggles, the family devises a plan. Overload the hologram circuits.
We have to short-circuit the hologram.
Can anyone shoot lightning from their fingers?
I can, but I have to be very angry.
Stewie builds up static electricity, and the only way to short-circuit the hologram is by transferring it through Peter via Lois's untrimmed toenails. Yes, you read that right. It's the most disturbing weapon since Meg's saxophone recital.
Ew.
Peter, touch my toe!
Ew. Do it! That's usually my line, but whatever.
Despite being choked out, Peter heroically and reluctantly reaches for Lois's foot. The electric surge fries the hologram, which convulses, transforms into various Nightmare Peters, and explodes like a microwave full of spaghetti. In the end, Peter apologizes for trying to skip family life with a copy of himself, but Lois kindly reminds him the hologram was the best version of him they've ever seen. Conclusion, when you get replaced by your own hologram, maybe the real you just sucks that bad. Number 4, Death by Drunk Driving, starting with Season 12, Episode 13. It all started when the Griffin family went to see the Bills play the Patriots, and Peter, being Peter, cracked open a beer before even finding his seat.
Hey, Brian, toss me a cold one. Nothing better than a 7 a.m. beer and an unbrushed mouth.
Lois, ever the buzzkill, aka voice of reason, told him not to drink too much since he was driving the family home. Peter reassured her with his foolproof beer math equation, which roughly translates to, if I can still pronounce DUI, I'm good to drive.
Lois, I know how many beers I can drink and still be able to drive. I figured it out.
Unfortunately, that exact logic had already gotten him into a drunk driving accident once before, but Peter's memory is like a goldfish that also drinks.
7. 6.
Flashback to Season 12, Episode 3. Peter and Joe are blackout drunk and decide to safely switch car keys.
You been drinking tonight, sir?
No, officer. I just had a glass of dinner with my wine.
Peter ends up driving a police cruiser. Naturally, he takes the role way too seriously and pulls Joe over for being Joe.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car and walk a straight line, please. All right, you be safe, sir. There's a lot of crazies out there tonight.
Thank God the episode cut before Peter could use the siren as an aux speaker. Then there's Season 9, Episode 10, where Peter goes full GTA. He drinks, trashes property, disturbs the peace, and lands himself 30 days in Alcoholics Anonymous.
We got a report of a disturbance. Oh, what the hell, Peter?
Joe, thank God, there's a situation here.
I've got a sore finger.
I don't give a crap, we got bigger problems.
But does he reform? Of course not. This is Peter Griffin we're talking about. Instead, he turns AA into a frat party with group therapy on the side. He even brags about a drinking contest he had with Joe and Quagmire to see who could drink the most and still drive. While most people use AA to sober up, Peter used it as a loophole to throw secret ragers.
So I clicked on it, and the girl's got a bigger wang than I got.
No way!
No way, right? So I just put my thumb over it, and that got me through the rest of the session.
When Joe stopped by to investigate noise complaints, the group quickly staged a wholesome, alcohol-free sing-along that would have made Disney proud. Joe left smiling. They went right back to drinking like frat boys on spring break.
Don't mess with B-double-O-Z-E, 'cause that spells booze, and you're gonna lose with Mr. Booze.
Later, a sloshed Peter tries to call Brian for a ride home, but Brian's off cat-sitting for Jenny. In true Peter fashion, he calls him a cat dog and starts asking questions so dumb they lowered the national IQ by 2 points.
Hey, where's all the poop go? When a cat poops, what does it come out of the dog's mouth, and vice versa?
So what does Peter do? Gets in his car, plays a sad song, and emotionally crashes right into a tree because nothing screams responsible decision-making like mixing alcohol, self-pity, and a steering wheel.
Please be Rosie O'Donnell. Please be Rosie O'Donnell. Please be Rosie O'Donnell. Wait, is it?
Cue the Grim Reaper, Peter's favorite gay skeleton, who shows up like a sarcastic Uber driver from hell. Peter's ghost panics and asks what happened. Death sighs, "You drove drunk. You're dead."
You're dead, jackass. You died in a drunk driving accident.
Oh, God, did I hold on to the touchdown pass?
What's wrong with you?
You know what? I was so drunk, my ghost is drunk.
Shocker. But since Peter's the main character, and this isn't The Sopranos, Death gives him one more chance to see what life would look like if he kept up the boozing, domestic violence, blackout hookups with Angela, and enough trauma to fuel 5 seasons of intervention.
Angela, that felt so good.
All I want to do is please you, Griffin.
Well, that was a good idea you had, dunking your hand in the toilet. Oh my God, I wouldn't have sex with Angela. She's disgusting.
Shaken, but not stirred, Peter promises to cut his beer intake in half by throwing the other half into the garbage, where the seagulls can drink it instead. Truly a sacrifice worthy of sainthood.
Dude, that's birds in there. You're eating another bird.
What?
That's bird meat, dude.
What? No?
You're eating a bird.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Moral of the story, if you drink and drive like Peter Griffin, you deserve exactly what he got, a tree to the face and a stern talking to from the Grim Reaper. Number 5, getting thrown in jail for stealing lottery tickets. Season 23, Episode 8. In this episode, Peter suddenly develops a passionate love for miniature golf. He even claims it's more fun than the time he married a blow pop. Spoiler, the divorce was sticky.
I never should have married it. Once they say I do, they don't.
He starts spending his nights golfing with the guys, but when they arrive at the putt hole, yes, that's the name, only Quagmire gets to play because a bunch of kids are having a birthday party on the course. The rest, spectators to chaos.
Should have played through that birthday party. They're playing way too slow. Could we please have some quiet on the greens?
After their thwarted golfing night, they swing by Quahog Mini Mart. Joe suggests buying scratch-off lottery tickets.
Oh, speaking of that, we've got a special on tacos today.
Let's keep your politics out of this, pal.
Peter, ever the contrarian, says no because he's really into those tightly curled horoscope scrolls now.
I'd rather spend my money on this tightly curled horoscope scroll.
Quagmire ends up winning big and generously splits the cash with Joe and Cleveland, leaving Peter seething in the corner like a guy who brought celery to a Super Bowl party.
Awesome! We won $123. Split 3 ways, that's $41 a piece.
That's fine. I'm happy with my horoscope scroll.
Peter becomes so envious, he doesn't even read his horoscope, which hilariously messes up a meeting at work.
I don't know how that, just give me 1 second here. As I was saying, third quarter... I apologize for this, a mini-mart scroll warned of this. I'll clean out my desk.
Meanwhile, his friends are living it up with their winnings, buying CDs, belts, and other peak 2003 luxuries.
You can't wear that shirt because of my therapy. I got her right under my pudgy, non-threatening thumb.
At the Drunken Clam, Jerome pours extra buttery popcorn for the scratch-off winners only.
Peter, come on, have some.
I understood the shrimp to be exclusively for winners. Damn it, it's not fair. I gotta find a way to have what they have.
And Peter hits his breaking point. He wants in, so naturally he does the mature thing, dresses up like a ninja, and breaks into the mini-mart to steal every scratcher in sight.
Carabiners, rope, ski mask, and one last thing, a bet. I don't understand the crossword ones.
Unfortunately for him, Karma's got faster reflexes than Lois on laundry day.
John Hamm, Arnold Palmer. The third one's just a mirror. Oh, wait a minute. Scratcher!
As he frantically scratches tickets, Lois walks in and demands to know what the hell he's doing. Caught off guard, Peter panics and blurts out, "I'm cheating on you with a sandy shoes." You can practically hear Stewie facepalming from another zip code.
Having an affair?
What? With who?
You don't know her. Her name is... Sandy Shoes.
Peter, are you just looking at stuff in the car and making up lies?
Lois, unfazed, just walks away, which is when Peter's luck truly runs out. The law shows up, and boom, Peter gets arrested for lottery theft.
How'd you find me?
The store security camera caught you checking your height against the door jam sticker.
I'm afraid I'm shrinking. We're gonna measure again at the jail, though, right?
In jail, Peter tries to make a good impression by bragging he can eat 50 eggs. His cellmates? Not impressed.
I can eat 50 eggs.
You already told me that 4 times.
Okay, 50 sometimes sounds like 15, so I just wanted to make sure you were properly impressed.
Luckily, his loyal friends bail him out, using the rest of their winnings. Peter apologizes for his jealous rampage, admitting he's never truly won anything before. Quagmire gently reminds him, "You already won, buddy. You've got a beautiful wife and a loving family." Touching, right?
You've got a beautiful wife, a family who loves you, and a bathroom window that's not as frosted as you think.
And you're white. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. My insulated experience of the world always makes me forget that.
Then Peter immediately ruins the moment by asking how on earth they bailed him out with just $15. Turns out Joe pulled some strings and probably a few muscles.
Well, I pulled a few strings. Kind of an easy sell to the chief because you're white.
See, there's that thing that I was saying.
Moral of the story, steal lottery tickets, win a trip to jail. Deserved? Absolutely. Hilarious? Even more so. Number 6, getting his brand new tank confiscated. Season 5, Episode 3. It all starts with the guys playing ping pong at the Drunken Clam. Joe's so pumped up, he keeps smacking the ball out the window like he's trying to send it to North Korea.
Oh, yes! I slam it and you can suck it!
Luckily, they've got a ball replacement program called a passing moose that coughs them back up like a ping pong Pez dispenser.
Fine. Knock, knock.
Ping pong balls! hey guys, look at me. I'm covered in balls. Just like
Sharon Stone.
Ah, you beat me to it.
Peter hasn't felt this alive since he starred in a Broadway musical where he played a soldier going off to war. Spoiler alert, lots of jazz hands, not much PTSD.
So you Russians best be warned. Shooting commies, drinking deer blood, peeing in the radiator. Look up there, here comes a really angry Russian helicopter.
Their night takes a detour when Peter gets a call to pick up Meg from the roller rink. Naturally, he does the responsible thing, drags his buddies there for more drinking.
Grab some wood there, bub. Daddy and his friends have been drinking. And we're gonna keep on drinking until we each uncover repressed memories of sexual abuse by a trusted religious official.
At the rink, Quagmire's eyes lock onto a girl who's stunning from behind, but when she turns around, it's like someone slapped him with a Halloween mask.
How'd you like to share a pair of skates?
Sure.
Oh, never mind. Boy, you look a lot better from the back.
You jerk!
Oh, hey, baby, you want to go somewhere? No, wait, Quagmire. Remember what's on the other side.
Joe, meanwhile, laments that he wishes he were a girl, not for the politics, but just so he could press his hot body up against the glass like a Victoria's Secret manatee.
Wow, if I were a woman, I would press my bare boobs up against glass in public, just for the sexual thrill! The sexual thrill!
They wrap things up with a group roller dance performance and completely forget Meg exists. Classic. It starts raining, and poor Meg has to skate home in the downpour. She complains to her parents that if she had her own car, this wouldn't have happened.
Dad, wait! You forgot me again!
You need a lift? Oop, didn't answer me quick enough.
Peter, ever supportive, tells her to stop whining. Iceman didn't have a car, and he turned out fine.
Played some poker, had some brewskis, you know.
Really? Then would you mind explaining that?
At least they know how to touch a man. Oh, walk away.
Lois actually agrees that buying Meg a car isn't the worst idea, forcing Peter to pretend to be a good dad for 10 seconds while Stewie quietly stews in jealous rage.
What? I have been trying to get a sewing machine for months, but she gets a freaking call just like that? I hate this place.
So Peter takes Meg car shopping. Brian trash talks the Hummers on the lot. Who even drives these gas-guzzling disasters? Cut to literal disaster driving one.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby!
Dude, those animals are so funny, they make me want to merge without looking. Yeah, Rumsfeld!
Meg finds a sensible old sedan, but Peter gets hypnotized by a freaking tank. The sleazy salesman mentions it's a bit pricey, which hits Peter right in the ego.
Now, I may be an idiot, but there is one thing I am not, sir, and that, sir, is an idiot. Now, I demand you tell me more about this tank.
Challenge accepted. Despite Brian's screaming red flags, Peter buys the tank.
Peter, you can't be serious. This is a 30-ton war machine.
I'm still not sure.
Did I mention the tank is a tank?
Sold.
Back home, Peter does what any totally normal father would do with a military vehicle. He almost blows up Lois in a close your eyes, babe surprise attack.
Bocce balls!
I bought a tank!
Are you out of your mind?
Let me show you how the gun works.
Then he casually fires a shell into Cleveland's house while the poor guy's in the bath. Real subtle.
No, 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 no! Hey, Peter, can you blow that towel rack down here? Thank you.
Later, he takes Lois to a drive-in movie, hates the film, and fires a cannon at the screen, accidentally killing someone, because apparently film critics aren't brutal enough.
To get rid of that stump.
I'll do it, all right? Just get off my back.
She's gone. We can finally be together.
But Tim, I'm rooted to the ground.
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
Peter declares himself General Griffin, and when Meg dares to ask why she doesn't get to drive the tank she helped pay for, he accuses her of ruining his fun, just like cable companies ruin your soul.
We now return to Showgirls.
Yeah.
On TBS.
He finally agrees to let her drive it, but she can't see Joe in her blind spot. You know, because he's already paralyzed.
Oh, great, it's here. That mirror I bought on eBay. Oh my God!
She runs over his legs again. Joe, rightfully pissed, impounds the tank like a boss.
I don't know where you got that thing, but I'm impounding it!
Look at you. You look like a half-empty toothpaste.
What Peter deserved for buying a tank, confiscation, humiliation, and maybe a sticker that says, I break for nothing, especially common sense. Number 7, almost losing his entire family. Season 5, Episode 18. This episode is peak Peter Griffin stupidity, like PhD in dumb. Our man time travels to the past, messes up the timeline harder than a Marvel multiverse, and nearly loses his whole family, just so he can flirt with Molly Ringwald.
That was nice.
I'll say.
Are you Molly Ringwald?
Yeah, how's it going?
Wow, you're the biggest star in the world right now. What are you doing here?
Oh, I like to hook up with random bar guys.
It all kicks off when Peter hears Quagmire bragging about his, let's say, romantic kill streak, and Peter starts feeling like he missed out on the wild single life.
Man, I envy you single guys. No families, partying whenever you want. These are the only people I get to party with.
That's where the fourth hole is, right there in the back of the knee.
Right on cue, Death crashes into the drunken clam thanks to a false alarm, and because why not, grants Peter a wish.
What are you, high? No!
Coming up next on ESPN, Women's Professional...
All right, you win. Let's go.
Boom, Peter and Brian are sent back to one night in 1984. Cue leg warmers and synth music. Back in his 18-year-old body, Peter's working at the Newport Country Club when he bumps into young Cleveland.
Slap me 10. Round the side. And back again. Up high. Down low.
After an extremely 80s bro handshake, Cleveland hands him an invite to hit up the bar later, and Peter's pumped like it's Hellraiser, the party edition.
Hey, honey, you want some salt for your steak?
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha. That's more salt than you wanted.
That's when young Lois enters, glowing like an angel, and Brian immediately loses his mind, whispering something about eating anything she excretes. Gross, but on brand.
18-year-old Lois. Son of a bitch.
Instead of going on his prearranged date with Lois, Peter ditches her to party with the guys. Lois is heartbroken.
But we had a date.
Could I wham my Oingo Boingo into your velvet underground?
Peter, too busy dancing and somehow bagging a date with actual 80s icon Molly Ringwald, because nothing says romantic chemistry like an accidental time traveler with zero impulse control.
Lucky for me, huh? No, a hobby's good.
All right, Peter, your time's up.
Oh, man, already?
Yep, come on.
Oh.
Good to meet you, Molly. I'll be back later for your career.
Death returns to drag Peter back to the present, and Peter thanks him like it was a Vegas weekend, saying it was even better than the time he got lost in a big girls only nightclub.
Do you want to eat cake off my ass?
What kind of cake?
Angel food cake.
Well, Rusty, looks like we're gonna eat our way out of another jam.
But the next morning, oops, everything's changed. Peter's been married to Molly Ringwald for 20 years, and not in a cute rom-com way.
Molly Ringwald? You're my wife?
We've been married for 20 years. What's wrong with you?
Hi, I'm Judd Nelson. I crash here once or twice a week.
Meanwhile, Lois, his real soulmate, ended up with Quagmire. You know, Quagmire, the guy whose mattress has its own body count.
Morning, Pete. Hope you and Molly can still join us for dinner tonight. Come here, baby. Let's go play schoolgirl and guy who has sex with schoolgirl.
Peter gets invited to dinner at Lois and Quagmire's house and meets the horrifying result of their union, a set of kids that are biologically his, but spiritually cursed. Peter's so disturbed he flashes back to the time his goldfish died, and he swore he'd never feel fear again.
You're just sleeping. You'll eat it later. You'll eat it later. Later, Lieutenant Shiny Shines! Ah!
Meg, in particular, has inherited Quagmire's creepy gene and gives Peter the kind of stare that says, I've read your diary and I've licked every page.
She's got a father's libido.
What can I say? I'm a vegetarian. Oh!
Devastated, Peter confronts Lois and begs her to reconsider. But Lois drops the truth bomb. You had your chance. You blew it. She reminds him that he ditched her for a bar night, and now he's reaping the consequences.
Hey, Lois, I'm ready for your pie. And you made dessert, too. Oh!
Oh, Glenn, that's why I married you. Let's go upstairs and do it.
Okay!
Peter begs Death for a redo, and Death, against his better judgment, grants it. But Peter, being Peter, keeps messing it up.
Peter, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be with Lois.
Oh, crap.
He bails on Lois again to party with Cleveland, leading Death to finally say, no more do-overs, moron. Lois is once again disappointed, and the love story looks like it's headed for cancellation.
Lois, if I may speak freely, as a friend, you deserve better than Peter. You deserve a gentleman.
Oh, Glenn, you're so sweet. Oh, something poked me.
It's okay, it's okay.
But then, Peter and Brian break into the country club to stop the kiss, the one that turns Lois into Quagmire's girl. Lois tells Peter he had his shot and blew it.
I love you, Lois Pewterschmidt, and not Quagmire or any man, she-male, robot, or sentient robot curious about its own existence is gonna keep you from me.
Peter nearly gives up until Brian sees a photo of Stewie, Meg, and Chris slowly fading back to the future style. That's when Peter finds his spine, sucker punches Quagmire, and kisses Lois with full rom-com urgency.
Hey, Quagmire!
Huh?
A fool in love with...
Sorry, Lois, but I have to do this.
He proposes on the spot. She says yes. The timeline resets. Crisis averted. Kids unfade. Quagmire gets to nurse a black eye.
You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of.
What Peter deserved for messing with the timeline. A lifetime supply of condoms. And not a single person to use them with.